Hey there, fellow mompreneurs. It's Bitmojen, your friendly neighborhood time ninja here to save the day. I know you're busy running your empire, packing lunches, and maybe even sneaking in a nap between client calls, if you're lucky. But guess what? AI is here to help us turn time management into an Olympic sport, and I'm about to give you 6 ninja-worthy moves to master your day. Let's get started with our first skill, writing playbooks using ChatGPT. Now, in case you're wondering, a playbook is basically a step-by-step guide for how things should run in your business. Think of it as the ultimate instruction manual for your operations, like telling your business how to make itself a peanut butter and jelly without leaving out the jelly. You need these playbooks for any process in your business that repeats itself. Why? Because one day, you're going to want someone else to handle it while you take a break. Or, let's be real, a nap.
Hi everyone, super quick, and then I'm going to hand it all back to Bitmojen. We have our worksheet here, how to write standard operating procedures, sometimes called playbooks, using ChatGPT. And you can just read through this yourselves, but I'll just go down to this part here. This is the original prompt I used to write this worksheet and helped me come up with the prompts down below. I would first look at this prompt and edit it to your specific business and the individual processes that you have. And that would regenerate what I have down here. And it would be perfect just for you. But we're going to start with this one here. I'm going to copy and paste it into ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is super easy to sign up for if you haven't signed up for it yet. Just go to ChatGPT on any search and you'll easily find it. And it's just like a simple put in your email address and make a new password. You will be surprised how simple it is and start chatting with it. I never talk to Google anymore. So this is great. You're going to love it. It's going to save you hours and hours of time. I put this in. It says create a detailed playbook for managing the day-to-day operations of a small business. And you might even name your business, give it information so it gets really smart. You could put your website in and then it will read your website and become really smart on all the things that you're doing and give you the most awesome step-by-step instructions to have that will guide anyone through helping you make your job easier. Include sections on workflow management, task assignment, internal communications, and quality control. Break down each step into step-by-step instructions and suggest tools or software that can streamline these processes for me, and hit the button. It is that easy, and it's going to come up with this amazing workflow, which you will read through one line at a time. There's also a handy dandy button at the bottom that has it read aloud to you, which I actually have it read aloud to me every single time. I just get more out of it when I hear it coming back to me, and I don't miss any of the details that I want to alter, like maybe Asana. Maybe I don't use Asana, and I know there's a competitor that I do use, and I want to put that in. I will just now go into the message prompt and say, hey, I don't use Asana. Can you change that part to this? This is the tool that I do use. It will rewrite the entire thread and change out your tech tools to the things that you're using. And you can see it's already saying hold weekly team meetings, use email only for formal communications. And these are going to be excellent guiding posts for you that you can go in and just make small adjustments to. So never again will you do anything from a blank piece of paper, starting one sentence at a time. You will create something like this. It will spit the entire document out for you, and you will go back one line at a time, reading it and editing through the prompts. And that just makes everything go by so much quicker. With the amount of stuff that is coming out of this, I probably saved myself tons and tons and tons of time. Say now that I went back and forth multiple times and small business operations playlist is the beginning. So I just copy and paste the whole thing. Now I would never just do what I just did now and take one iteration and use it. I would definitely go back like 25 times back and forth. And then what I do is I paste it into Word. So I have Word opened over here. And then I usually just do 2 additional things whenever I create a new document. I add a header and a footer, and then I save it. So the header, I always use my company name. The footer, I always just make page numbers. But you can decide what you're going to do with your headers and footers, or whatever kind of completion things you want to do to make all of your documents look the same throughout your business. And now back to Bitmojen.
So, what processes need a playbook? Here's a ninja's short list for any small business. 1. Client onboarding. You want clients to start their journey with you feeling like VIPs, not like they've entered a maze with no exit. 2. Marketing and social media. Got posts to schedule or content to create? A playbook will save you from falling into the social media black hole. 3. Invoicing and payments, because chasing down payments is not your new favorite sport. 4. Customer service. Whether it's answering emails or managing complaints, a consistent process makes sure every customer feels heard. 5. Team management. Even if it's just you and a virtual assistant, having a system for task delegation will keep things running smoothly. 6. Project management. If you handle big projects or inventory, a playbook helps keep track of all the moving pieces. Now, let's talk about how to actually write these playbooks. It's not as hard as it sounds, especially with AI helping out. Here's the breakdown. 1. Map out each step. Think of it like explaining a task to someone who's never done it before. You want it to be foolproof, even if it's as simple as checking your email. 2. Add tools and resources. Don't make them hunt for the right links or software. Include everything right there, whether it's access to Canva, your invoicing system, or a shared folder on Google Drive. 3. Make it visual. Use screenshots, checklists, or even short tutorial videos. Because let's face it, we all prefer pictures over paragraphs when we're in a rush. 4. Test it out. Hand it to someone, your VA, a team member, or even future you, and see if they can follow it without confusion. If they can, you're golden. If not, tweak it until it's clear as day. 5. Keep it updated. Your business will evolve, and so should your playbooks. Set a reminder to update them every few months so they stay relevant. And here's the cool part. You don't have to write all this from scratch. ChatGPT can help you put it together in no time. Just give it the basics, what the task is, what tools you use, and it'll do the heavy lifting. Faster than you can say, "Did I already have my coffee today?" So, there you go. Skill number 1 in your Mompreneur Time Ninja Toolkit. Playbooks aren't just for the pros anymore. You've got ChatGPT on your side. Now, let's move on to skill number 2 and talk about making content creation a breeze.
Okay, next we have content creation, and we're going to make as many days as possible in just a couple minutes content creation so that you don't have to spend time creating this stuff anymore. So up here I have 3 screens. This is your worksheet that you have part of this video. And then I put up ChatGPT in the middle, and I have a program that I use called Planoly, and I'm going to show you how that works and also speeds you up and is also a form of AI. So in the worksheet, we have 30 days of content creation with ChatGPT, and you can kind of read through this yourself, but the first step is, before we dive into content creation, we need to give ChatGPT a quick rundown of your business. So here's this prompt. Next, we'll create 30 days of content using ChatGPT and describing my business. First, ask me about my business, including asking for my website. So I put that into ChatGPT and it gave me this. So you could put it in and do it again yourself and maybe get a different set of questions or more questions. It depends on how thorough you want to be. But I'm going to just grab these here, these questions, copy it, and then I'm going to go into ChatGPT and just say, here's some questions to ask me about my business. And I'm going to do quote, Control V is paste, end quote, and enter. And hopefully it'll ask me one at a time. If not, I can go back in and say, ask me them one at a time, and then I don't have to keep scrolling up and down. Ask me one at a time. And it'll do that. Sure. First question, what is the name of your business? And what inspired you to choose it? So now, step number 3, input into ChatGPT. Input your answers. So my business is called Madison Creatives. My business is Log Cabin Schoolhouse. We offer online courses, AI Writers Guild. It teaches kids to write a novel in a school year using ChatGPT. So I'm just going to go through and answer each of these questions and have it ask me each one at a time and tell me when it's done. And you can tell it to do that for you too. So it'll even tell you when you're done. All right, so my ChatGPT actually already knows all about my business. So we're just going to give it a try and see if I hit the go button in a minute here, if it will go ahead and make me some posts. So number 2 here says, create 5 Instagram posts that highlight the benefit of professional branding for mompreneurs based on the services my company offers. So what if I go in here, I use Facebook usually for my business. So generate 30 days of Facebook posts for, let's do Log Cabin Schoolhouse. And I actually talk more about my other business. Let's see if it remembers this. When you use different versions of ChatGPT, it has different levels of memory from post stream to post stream. I use ChatGPT 4.0, which is the paid version, and usually it does remember things from post stream to post stream. So this one says, post idea, welcome to Log Cabin Schoolhouse. Introduce your business, share the mission and vision behind it, and what makes your education approach unique. So my customers are generally homeschool parents, so I might actually go in here and say are usually homeschool parents, and just see if it updates anything. Let's see, hit enter. And it's going to go back to the beginning and kind of readdress all the questions. So you might even do that. Go through about 25 times, tweaking it as you go, and it's going to keep giving you better and better posts. Now, let's say I decided I like all of these and I'm going to start using them in Planoly to plan my posts for the next 30 days. So here's Planoly. I can grab this here, the post content, do a copy, new post. This will be easier if I make it a big screen. So let's go ahead and make it a bigger screen. And I copied it, and I'm going to hit paste. And I could have my hashtags all saved out here to make that easier. And I've got Facebook checked, Twitter checked, and LinkedIn checked. I'm going to leave on auto post. And I'm going to pick, I already did a sample one for the 24th, so I'm going to go here to the 25th. And now it kind of saves the 25th in all 3 of these that I've picked. And it's going to auto post them. So I'm going to leave that just like that. And I need a picture. So I'm going to do this. Let's go to computer. And let's see, I'm talking about my business. I'm going to just use this picture for now. I don't even know if it's the right size. Let's see if it takes it. Might resize it. Oh, this is actually really pretty. I like this one. And Twitter actually requires a different number of characters. So I can do up to 10,000 characters on Facebook. Twitter, I can only have 280. And let's see if I put that in there. I have 97 used. That looks good. And then LinkedIn, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in there as well. And now usually I would go in and use something totally different for LinkedIn than I would for Facebook. But just for this example, I'm just going to show you what this all does. And let's hit schedule. And now it should pop up here in my calendar. So I've got this, it's all scheduled and ready to go. I did one just a minute ago, and now I've got this one scheduled here and the one I just did scheduled for the 25th, and I can see exactly what socials it's going to go out to. So let's put this back over on the side and just reflect for a minute. And you can see that if I did all of the questions and really told it about my business, and then I asked it for 30 days of posts, you could see that this would go very, very quickly. I used to do this on a Sunday, and I would have an entire month's worth of posts on all of my socials. All right, and that's all for that.
All right, mompreneurs, here's your 3rd amazing tip. Writing emails with ChatGPT. It's so easy now, I'm not even going to bother showing you. Seriously, it's that simple. Just toss in a prompt, and boom, you've got a perfectly polished email. Need to be professional, but not sound like a robot? Done. Friendly, but still getting to the point? Piece of cake. So yeah, emails basically write themselves now. Why would I waste time showing it? You'll figure it out. You're welcome.
Okay, so let's do the final thing. So this is definitely last but not least. This one is a very cool thing I think you're gonna like. What if you could build a website in one day for under $200? That would be pretty amazing, right? Well, I'm gonna show you how to do that. So on your worksheet, this is worksheet 4, build your website in a day with Hostinger for under $200. Okay, so in today's fast-paced world, creating a website doesn't need to be time-consuming or expensive thanks to artificial intelligence. Tools like Hostinger's AI website generator make it possible to build a professional website in just one day. Even if you have no technical background, AI helps automate key parts of the process, including design, layout, and even content creation, saving you hours of work. Okay, we're just going to go through this one step at a time. But this is in your worksheet, and you can do this. It take as long as you want and really play around with it after you watch the video, or you can do play pause and have another screen open where you play with the steps one by one as I go through them. So there are some places you can go to check for domain names. If you don't know what you want your domain name to be, then there are places to go to brainstorm domain names. I've included 3 different sites here for you to play with, finding a great domain name, and 3 places you can go to check for availability. Does somebody already use that domain name? So go ahead and play around with those and find your domain name. Step 2, select a hosting plan. So your website has to live somewhere, and the host is where it lives. What I'm suggesting here is called Hostinger. So this is Hostinger over here, and this I'm logged into it right now. But when you go to this website for the first time, you'll play around with which hosting plan that you want to use. I recommend a low one, either the single web hosting plan or the premium shared hosting plan to get started. You can always upgrade, spend less, and see if it works first. So that's that step. Select a hosting plan. I recommend Hostinger. Step 3, access the AI website generator. So here's the steps to find the website generator. After you're logged in to Hostinger, you're going to go to websites. And that's just over here. They have their menu. Go to websites. Now I'm inside the websites section, and I'm going to hit, if this was bigger on a bigger screen, you would see it right up here as a big button at the top left by Business Web Hostings. Because it's truncated like this, I click on these 3 buttons and I have Add Website right here. And then I'm going to pick Hostinger Website Builder, the AI-powered drag and drop website builder, which is terribly fun. So we're going to get into this, and we're going to decide a few things. There's only a couple buttons to press. We're going to say, what kind of business do we have? Maybe, let's see, do I want to make it an online store or a landing page, a blog, a portfolio? So you just have to kind of decide what your business is. Maybe I'm going to do an online store. My business, actually, one of my businesses is an online store. And then I can put my brand name in. Log Cabin Schoolhouse. We already have a website, so I'm not sure if it'll notice that. And then here, we're going to do some kind of description. So let's call it Cutting Edge STEM Education You Can Buy Online. We have an About page and a contact page. And it's green, so it's pretty happy with it, but I could go all the way up to 700 characters and give it lots of good information. Be very, very specific. You're talking to a computer. Don't give it things you think a person might think about or make a judgment call on. Think bulletized list. And that's really how a computer is going to handle the information you give it. And it's going to make a better web page the more you can put in there. So let's go ahead and see what this one is. I'm going to let it surprise. Well, no, I already have a color palette. Let's see if I can pick that. Dark accent. Let's do blue. I'm going to stick with this. And then create website. And it is getting AI services ready. Looking for matching pictures. All right, so in just a second, it's going to have that. Access A, we did number 3. Number 4, input your business information. So we did that. That was in the AI website generator. Number 5, customize your website for the best customer journey. So one of the things that I played with a little bit this year was trying to understand what the customer journey is. So when you're making a website, it's a really good idea to understand where you want your customers to go first, second, and third, and then finally. And so having a conversation with ChatGPT about your customer's journey might be a good idea. One of the things I would do if I was going to redo my website specifically for the customer journey is I would put my website in to ChatGPT and say, could you please act like a professional website designer and assess my customer journey? And I would give it my website. And it would probably do that pretty well. So maybe I would start there if I already had a website that I was looking to upgrade. But be thoughtful about what your customer journey looks like. All right, so you can see it actually did create me a website, and it looks pretty good. Shop Now, STEM Education, Innovative Learning Solutions for Young Minds Online. Now remember, I didn't give it a lot of specific information, so it doesn't really know my business, and it's actually pretty decent. So I might go and figure out my customer journey and then come back here and do some thoughtful questions. And I'll show you some things here at the bottom that might get you thinking about how to do that. Step 6, add essential content to your website. So it's just going to give you some thoughts on what is a homepage. It's supposed to really just introduce your business. So I might just kind of look through this and think, did it really introduce my business well? And things like the reviews, I would have to go out and find obviously I can't leave these here. So I'd have to go and get those, and hopefully every business has some reviews. Your mission statement, if you don't already have a mission and a vision statement, you could work on that with ChatGPT. That's something it would be very good at. And then of course, these at the bottom, all of my links and my website and my email information and phone number, all of this stuff I would update as well. And you can see here that there's this edit button, and I can do all sorts of, this is just clickable stuff here. Let's see. So editing, review, and launch. And so you can read through all of this stuff. Let's make this bigger really quick just so you can get a quick view of editing this. So if I click edit, now you'll notice I can click into anything and change it. Cutting stem. Maybe I don't want it to be that long, but maybe I do. Cutting edge STEM education. And what is your main thought for your business? And then you can even go in and adjust buttons. So edit your button. You can put the website that you want the button to take you to, your customer to. So everything on here is literally just click and move. I can take this section, say I don't like this section, I can just delete the whole thing. I could also, I like this section, maybe I want to duplicate it, so I could do that as well. I could even hide it, and maybe I don't want it there now. Maybe there's a sale button that I want to come up once a month and I want it to be different every month. I could put them there and hide them. The 11 months I don't want it there. And there's just all sorts of things. I could copy this section. Maybe I want to copy this section and move it over to my shop page. So I could actually come over here and paste it in. Let's see. Paste. All right, I guess I'll have to figure out how to do that. So everything is totally clickable. Let's see. So right now I'm on my shop page, about page, and my contact page. And then over here for these navigation menus, I can add elements. These are all the elements that I can add. If you're familiar with WordPress, this is super, super similar to that, only it's even simpler. Definitely has less functionality than WordPress. If you're good at WordPress, you might find that certain things you really like using might not be here. But I've been super impressed with it. And the second website that I built for my second business, I thought I was going to be building it here and then migrating it to WordPress, and I haven't had to yet. I'm waiting for something to not be there. So I thought there wouldn't be WooCommerce, e-commerce, and then I discovered the online store is out here, and I put things out there. It connected to Stripe. It was amazing. Then I thought, well, maybe it won't do a blog, and we discovered the blog feature as well. There's just everything out here. So click around. Here's the blog, and I would have to start the blog and it would be an extra page. So basically everything I've been hunting for that I want on a website is out here in this website generator. I even found a bookings type of thing out here, like Calendly. So that one I believe is still in beta. So this is still being built, but it is pretty remarkable. If you are someone who needs a website, you have a super small business and you can't afford to pay someone to do it for you, this is a great option. If you're a website designer, this is a way to save cost. So if you're building websites on a regular basis and you want to, maybe you make 10 a month, this might be a way to get to 30 a month. So it's good for everybody. It won't actually, in my opinion, eliminate jobs. When we went from WordPress to everyone started using Wix, I feel like this is the Wix to the next revolution movement. So it's going to be good stuff. And I hope that this brings somebody joy. And the final thing I have out here that I thought was relevant to include was the cost breakdown. So if you want to look through kind of all the costs that are usually involved in keeping a website, this is how I costed out for this model. Wix is going to be a payment every month. This is not a payment every month. I paid $192 for my website. I have a domain that I'll pay for $10 to $20 a year beyond that, and then I won't have to pay anything for 4 years. So this is a really great model, and I hope somebody out here enjoys it.
Well, look at you, Time Ninja. You've learned how to whip up content, tackle those emails, and even build a website faster than most people can grab their third coffee. Now, remember, AI is your secret weapon, but don't forget to take those well-earned breaks. Ninja pro tip: even the fiercest warriors need a little me time. So go forth, conquer your day, and let AI handle the heavy lifting. Stay snarky, stay savvy. Poof, I'm out.